Well, hello there. Welcome to another Ron podcast. So I just want to talk about Batman and Batman Returns. I watched both of those last night, and I'm talking about the 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton. I was just missing Nicholson's Joker, Like the last couple years, at work we do impressions of the Joker and that, and ever since The Dark Knight, it's like he was always the talk of the Batman franchise, kind of, this newer franchise. But I was like, you know what? I haven't watched the original Batman in maybe years, maybe even a decade. So I went back and watched it, and I love those old movies. The first two, the Tim Burton ones. I also thought that it'd be interesting to see what Tim Burton would have done with Batman Forever. He was a producer on it, but Joel Schumacher, took over the franchise, and he directed Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. But I would have liked to see a third Batman movie by Tim Burton. I like his style of the films, the look of them, the weird camera angles, and he's just so good at character development, having a strong story. So 1989 Batman, I grew up with that movie. I watched it throughout the 90s. I was too young for it when it was in theaters. I was probably about 6. But even growing up, it's like that movie is just so out there, so different. And it's a good time. And Nicholson's Joker is so badass that even with the Prince music, which is kind of, nothing against Prince, but kind of an odd choice, it can't even ruin the movie by a bit, because his Joker is just so cool, and he does such a good job. You could put like a boy band, well, maybe not a boy band song, but you get the idea. Some music that just doesn't seem like it would fit with the movie, and you're like, you watch it, and it's like, that's actually pretty good. And I think Michael Keaton is Batman, very good choice. He didn't do the, kind of voice. He just went with kind of a darker tone with his voice. I'm Batman. I want you to tell your friends about me. Instead of, sorry if that was too loud. So I watched Returns also, and Christopher Walken, brilliant as always. Such a cool guy. Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman? Danny DeVito as Penguin. That's just one of those roles, the performances that you don't even need to remake. I'm sure Nolan saw that and he was like, there's nothing I could do. It's pretty good. And I think the character was too out there. Too far-fetched, I think, is the term for what Nolan was going for. But Danny DeVito does such a great job. And Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman, of course. Brilliant. Why did they make that Catwoman movie in 2004? I won't even get into that. That movie's just not even worth talking about. But I think Returns, it was a good sequel. It had a lot to live up to. I think the first Batman got so much done. And I don't know, the second one, it seemed like it was all filmed on one set. Like, where the Shrek building is, where the bottom of it is, and the street where they're having the parade and all that in the beginning. They used that set throughout the whole movie. We didn't really see the rest of Gotham. I thought that was kind of an odd choice. In the first Batman, we saw some alleys and some streets in that. But, I thought that was just odd. It kind of made the movie feel a bit smaller. You think they would have had a bigger budget to work with, after the first Batman, but I don't know, I guess you find a set and it's so good that you're like, I want to use this in every shot, And that fireplace that Bruce has, good gosh, It's ginormous. That is a big fireplace. You could fit a bed in there. Not build a fire while it's in there, but you get the idea. Great performances in that movie. Very dark film. I think the studio, maybe they chose Shoemaker because he said, well, I want to do more of a stylized version. I want to light up Gotham City, you know? Have some fun. Because, Batman Returns, both PG-13, but very dark. Nothing wrong with that at all. Don't get me wrong. It's just an observation. But, very good films. 1989's Batman. I was thinking back to The Dark Knight. You know where the Joker, he's just an absolute. Like, we get introduced to him, he's already the Joker. We don't know where he came from. We don't know where he got these scars. He just is. I think with the original Batman movie, Batman's just Batman. We don't know how he built all that stuff, how he got into the Batcave, where all of his toys came from. Where does he get all those wonderful toys? You know, he's got the Batwing. Okay. You know. So yeah, I thought about that and thought that was interesting. But then we have Batman Begins, which of course shows us how he, builds everything, who helps him and that. And the parade scene, the scene at the end of Batman, with the big 200-year celebration, it was just, had some good laugh-worthy moments in it. He stole my balloons. Going down the street in a cake. And again, Nicholson's Joker is just so badass. I mean, it's like he had fun with the role, which makes it more fun for the audience. So I think actors, want to feel free and want to be comfortable with the roles. And the more fun you have, the better performance you give. And he's got, the purple suit, the trademark, Joker look. And he just does such a great job with it. And I really like the end of the movie, when they shoot the signal into the sky, and then you pan up to Batman standing there, and the music was very strong. But that's gonna do it. I just wanted to rant a little bit about those movies, and yeah, I wish that Burton had directed a third one. But hey, at least we got 2 movies from him in the Batman franchise. So thanks for listening. Subscribe for new videos, new podcasts, and stay tuned for more.